Morning, guys. Jeff with Magnolia Photography SC, wildlife photographer in Charleston, South Carolina. Just out for a little morning wildlife walk once again. And we're going to see what we can get this morning. I'm down at the lagoon that is on the property that I live on. And right now we've got a couple green herons flying around, as well as an osprey. So we are just going to have to be patient and see what they give us this morning. But hopefully things should be good. We had a few clouds this morning. They're clearing out. Sun is starting to come up in a few minutes, and we should be good to go. So sit tight. Hey guys, as I'm walking down to this huge creek right now, on our property, I'm trying to think about some things going through my head that I've seen on YouTube recently, and that I often see with the amateur photographers in the photography groups that I'm part of here in Charleston, South Carolina. And it's so many times I see amateurs talking about, their work and how they're unhappy with their work. And, they're always comparing it, though, to those of a professional photographer. My work isn't as good, or, I want to be able to create this certain level of work, and they get very frustrated. And one of the biggest traps you can fall into as a newer photographer, and even whether, you may have been doing photography for a long time, but maybe, you never really looked into any kind of training, or, you really haven't been practicing the right way or doing the right things to improve your skills. But, just getting out there is a big part. Getting out there consistently is a big part in the progression of getting better, especially with wildlife photography. And there's so many other things with wildlife photography that you need to learn. And we've talked about these things pretty extensively on this channel, right? How do you get closer to the animals without freaking them out or being disrespectful to them? How do you know their behaviors, right? How do you know when they're going to take off and go into flight? Or how do you know when they're going to do something that provides some sort of action? And there's all sorts of visual cues to be looking out for when it comes to those types of things. But I guess the point here is that so many amateurs or newer photographers look at advanced photographers or professional photographers, and you compare your work to them. And it's a trap that you can fall into, and it can make you feel really bad about the work you're doing. And I think there's a big mindset out there. I know I had it at one point when I first started wedding photography. You think that the professional, the advanced photographer, you don't think that they ever take a bad shot or that they're making any mistakes. And I assure you that is not the case. So what I was thinking about doing in an upcoming video, I should say, I'm thinking about kind of doing something where I'm out on a photo session and I'm taking photos, and I share basically all the photos that I've taken, so you can see the bad shots, you can see the mistakes, and you can realize that whether you're advanced or professional, you're still human, and mistakes still happen, and bad shots still happen. Photography is not this God-given gift that everyone will kind of lead you to believe. How many times have you said, well, I can't be a photographer because I'm not creative enough, or I don't have a good eye, right? I'm telling you right here and now, that is all just nonsense. Creativity, as much as we would all maybe like to believe, or we're told to believe that it's something that we're born with. Yeah, we're all born with a certain level of creative talent and creative abilities. That's just the way it goes, but you could say that for any kind of talent or ability. But I think what's important to understand is that creativity is learned. And I can speak firsthand to that, because I often felt like that when I was starting wedding photography. I felt like everyone else was coming up with these cool lighting situations and cool poses, and things just look so cool. And it wasn't anything I could create at the time. And I thought, boy, do I have what it takes to do this? And then I just put in the effort of learning these lighting techniques and broke them down step by step. And I realized, this isn't nearly as hard as it looks once you understand the process and what you need to do. So you can learn creativity. I think most of your creativity is learned. So if you're kind of in that mindset, that school of thought, I want you to erase it from your mind and realize that you do have an eye for photography and you can learn the creative side of photography. And I'm gonna, like I said, I want to share with you some photos from a shoot so that you can kind of see what happens in real life, even with someone like myself who does this professionally. So I hope you find that interesting and will enjoy that video when I'm able to put it together and get it out. But that's one of the things that I'm looking to do in the near future. So again, down at the creek, I'm going to see what's going on here and see if we can capture any more shots. So far, we've got an inhinga and we have some shots of the green heron. The osprey is still in the area. So with the sun coming up, I'm hoping to get some good shots of him. So we got a couple of gulls in the area that are flying around, so they're kind of skimming the water and doing some different things. Kind of tough to get them right now because they're a little bit far away, but hopefully they come closer. They are flying near some of the poles that we have, so I'm hoping that one will land because they often do that in the morning time. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, so we got a couple pictures of the gulls. We were fortunate enough where one was coming into the pole that I was talking about, so we'll see what we got. Looked pretty good on the back of the screen, so hopefully that's the case when we get it onto the larger computer screen. And we get to see the fine details, make sure everything's in focus, and see what we get. So I just saw the osprey heading down to the lagoon area again, so I am gonna go back there and hopefully we can get some shots of him. The lighting has gotten much better now, so I would prefer that he be out when the lighting is nicer, just in case he decides to take a dive, and we can use that higher shutter speed to really freeze the action of him going in the water if he should be so kind to give us that today. But it's been a while since he's done that for me, but it's always fun when he does. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but man, they hit the water with such force, and you know, it's pretty cool. So we'll see what we got going on, guys. Oh, we just got a couple of songbirds. Look like a house finch. I'll have to confirm that though once I get it in and look at it. But we also got a bunch of the osprey, so I'm excited to see what we got there. And I'll be sure to share those with you. And I think we're going to have a little variety of some birds on today's little morning walk. Unfortunately, it's time to go work now. So I'm going to have to put the camera down and put that away for a little bit. But I do plan on being back out later this afternoon, and so maybe we can do a little bit more filming of what we catch. So, hey, take care. Talk to you later.